I haven't recorded a video in over 8 months because I'm a pro YouTuber. What's up, fags and faggots? I'm Chase and welcome to my YouTube channel. I haven't posted on here in over 8 months because I'm a pro YouTuber, or maybe I just forgot my channel existed or something. But anyway, yeah, my hair looks different. Look at that. I look like a completely different person. But anyway, today I'm going to tell you a few little stories. Well, actually only two, because that's all I can think of. So we're going to start with the less dramatic one, if you will, which is basically when my dad made my boyfriend cry. So, okay. So my boyfriend had come over for a sleepover, because we're fucking 2-year-olds, and I had fell asleep, and my boyfriend was, I guess he was just like watching TV or something, and I wake up to my dad pounding on my door. So I I jolt awake, and I look at him, and he opens my door, walks into my room. He's little detail that my boyfriend complained about for an hour afterwards was that he was standing on his shirt. But yeah. So he came in and he looked at me and he was like, "Hey, wanna go burn some wood?" And I'm like, "No, it's 1 in the morning. I don't want to go burn wood with you." And he looks at my boyfriend, and my boyfriend is a tranny, so my dad says his birth name, which he had no right to do. He knows what my boyfriend prefers to be called. His name is Grayson. And my dad, being the asshole that he is, was like, "Hey, birth name, wanna go burn some wood?" And he was screaming. But and my boyfriend's just kind of no. And it was a lot, and he cried a lot afterwards. But yeah, we're just going to include that. And then we took a video of my dad out my window. You could see where he was burning shit, and you see my dad throw something, and then a bunch of flames shoot out, and it was, oh my god. I'll stick that video clip in here if I can find it.
Oh my god.
What the yeah, so that happened. And the next story. Okay, so the next story is one where we almost got arrested. But we didn't really almost got arrested. It was a lot less dramatic than the title makes it seem. Sorry, clickbait. But yeah. So my boyfriend, Grayson had once again come over to stay the night, and we thought it would be a good idea to hop out the window and go to Target, Walmart or some shit. And Walmart is a decent distance away from my house. It takes 2 hours to walk to Walmart. So it was maybe around 8:20, and it was still light out because this was in the summer. But we jump out the window and we run up into the woods around my house, making sure my parents aren't looking out the window for us. And we run up the window and we are joking around, and we walk to Target. And by the time we get to Target, it's 9:45. So it's 15 minutes before closing. So we go in there and we buy underwear because why not? And we were in there until the workers kicked us out because they were closing. Not because we were doing anything bad. We're not. Yeah. Ew. Not because we were doing anything bad. It was just because they were closing and they wanted us to check out. And then after that, we like walked around for a while. We decided to go to Walmart, and we went to Walmart and we bought skateboards and a bottle of water. So we were like fucking around in the parking lot of Walmart for a while, and we were about to leave because we were gonna go to my other friend's house. And as we were like walking out of the parking lot, this van pulls up beside us, and like asks if we're like gonna be going home because it's late. And I realize that it's a cop. So I look at this guy, and I'm like just staring at him, and I like look at Grayson, and Grayson like says something to him. I don't remember what he said. But yeah, this guy was just like, "Hey, get home." And now that I look back on it, it was already past curfew because curfew is like 10 p.m. And so like this guy should have like done something, but he didn't. I don't know why. So we continue walking, and as we're walking on the side of the highway, it's like almost 2 a.m. at this point. It's probably like 1:30, 1:40 a.m. And we're walking with our skateboards, like fucking around on the side of the highway, and we see this cop car circling around. And turns on its light, and the lights were blinding, by the way, just a side note. So this cop, he gets out of his cop car and comes over to us, and he's like, "How old are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be out here." And he basically says, and like, we're like kind of trying to get out of it. But this guy basically says that he's not letting us walk the rest of the way home. And so this other cop shows up, and he's like looking at our skateboards, like picking them up, touching it, like asking us all these questions about our skateboards. Like, why was he even there? He didn't need to be there. And he was like taking down our names and shit. And like, he made us call our parents. So like, I called my mom, but my dad picked up her phone because she was sleeping and he was upstairs or something. And I hear my dad's voice, and I'm like, "Oh shit." So I'm like, "Hey Dad, like, I'm on the side of the road." And he's like, "You're where?" "On the side of the road, like, come get me." And he says, "Okay, I'm coming to get you." And then, so like, Grayson's trying to call his mom won't pick up. So he has to call his cousin in Florida. We live in Pennsylvania, by the way. And he calls his cousin, and she tells her mom to call his mom. So she finally like picks up and calls him, and like talks to the cop or whatever. And my dad comes and picks us up. And as he's like getting here, the second cop is like, I live on this giant hill. And this cop is like asking us if we were like skating down this giant hill in the middle of the night, and we're like, no, we just like bumped that shit. But yeah, and he's like just asking us about like skate parks and if we're good and if we can do any tricks. So like, I don't know why he was even there. But my dad gets there, talks to the cops. I wasn't fucking listening to what they were saying. And just a complete side note, I looked like a fag that night. I was wearing like rainbow shorts and the gayest shirt alive. What shirts aren't alive? But yeah, it was like a green t-shirt. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, so my dad takes us home, back to my house. I'm surprised that Grayson didn't have to go to his house, but my dad takes us back to my house and like lets us stay the night. And he was asking for my Walmart receipt, which I still don't know why he wanted my receipt. I guess he wanted to make sure we weren't buying like drugs or something from Walmart. Like, drugs from Walmart, yeah, of course. People do that. But yeah, and then the next day, my parents are like sitting on the couch and they're like, "Hey, come here." So basically, they took my door off the hinges for a week, which like my bed is like visible from my doorway. So I was like I was sleeping on the floor in my closet because I don't want to, because I'm like weird and I don't want to be seen from my doorway. Yeah, and then they like they're like taking my phone every night. Like they're still taking my fucking phone every night. And what else did they do? Oh, and Grayson's not allowed to sleep over anymore. But yeah, that's basically my stories. I hate myself, but I'll try to post more videos more often. Yeah, that's it for this video. I guess I'll give you an update on my chickens or some shit. But yeah, that's it for this fucking video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you in my next video if I post anytime soon. Yeah, bye.